Hello, future people. Welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce, and today we're checking out Porcelynn for Rumbleslam. So, for those of you that are wrestling fans, yes, Porcelynn is China. I mean, it's not because it's a green orc, but let's be fair, Porcelynn is China. This is a character I have wanted for quite a while. The orcs were the team that I went, yeah, I kind of want these. I don't even really know why. They were just the ones that, one of several teams that jumped out at me, to be fair. I mean, there's something to love in almost everything Rumbleslam does. And I finally have a copy. So, we're going to open this up. We're going to have a look at the rules, and we're going to have a look at the mini. And I couldn't be more excited, honestly. This is great. All right, and here we are. We got the mini here. It's in your usual casing, as you would expect. It's actually a one-piece mini. So this is like the one thing that I really wasn't expecting. Because, I don't know, one-piece minis, they're not entirely the most common thing anymore. So, bases for Rumbleslam are square. You can get round ones if you wanted to. They tend to prefer the square ones. This is in a clear acrylic. So, Porcelynn. For her attack, she gets 2 silver and 1 bronze. For her defense, she also has 2 silver and 1 bronze. For her grapple, she has a gold, a silver, and a bronze. For her dex, she has a gold and a bronze. 4 and 4, she's got 10 health, weight of 2, throw of 5. Now, for the movements and so forth, she has pedigree, which is dazed. AP of 1, attack 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 copper, 1 damage, no range. She also has a power bomb, which is knocked down. AP of 3, 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 copper, 2 damage. And she has a handspring elbow, which is one of China's actual signatures. AP of 2, that one has 2 gold and 1 copper though. Move this wrestler up to 3 squares and then attack a wrestler in base contact. If the target wrestler is in base contact with a turnbuckle, increase the damage to 3, 5 including smashed against the turnbuckle. So this is how you want to set people up. Because this is killer. She also has, for 2 AP, 19th Wonder. Until the end of this wrestler's next activation, all friendly characters may reroll crowd pleasers. Definitely good. Did you know Lynn is one of the smarter orcs in Rumbleslam, which isn't really saying much. A professional bodybuilder, Lynn was recruited into the Rolling Bones after Gunn himself saw her in a competition and took her under his wing. So this is a reference to how China and Triple H met in real life, except Gunn is actually based on Hulk Hogan. Since Porcelynn, as she is now known, as she likes to be known, has come on leaps and bounds, many of which onto the heads of her opponents, and even won the coveted Rolling Bones big belt for winners on a couple of occasions. With all this fame, Porcelynn is actually more keenly known for her videotapes. Originally released as a bit of a scandal, this hard-fighting orc has now made thousands of films for children. Her tough persona comes crashing down as she teaches kids about love and compassion. Very strange thing for an orc. So, yeah, this is also referencing something in real life. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm pretty sure that you can probably guess, given that I'm not saying what it is. She will cost you $325k, so she's not cheap, but definitely someone that's worth having on your team, especially with that the handspring back elbow. If you can get somebody into a turnbuckle and then do the handspring elbow, that's just devastating. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I want to tell you about the competition that we're running through our Patreon. For every month of support you give our Patreon, from now until April next year, you will receive one entry into the competition that we're running to win a Shaltari fleet for Drop Fleet Commander. That includes a Shaltari Dreadnought, a Shaltari Starter Set, a Shaltari Frigates box, and a Shaltari Cruisers box. All of this will be sent to one winner. This winner will be drawn at random on our 4th anniversary, which is recorded at the beginning of April. For us to be allowed to send this to you, you need to fit 2 categories. You must be living in a country where it's legal for me to post you something from Australia. You also must be living in a country where it is legal to win competitions. If you do not live in a country that meets these criteria, then I do apologise. There's nothing that I'll be able to do, and I will be forced to redraw it. Please consider supporting us. We'd really appreciate it. All of this was purchased with my own money. No Patreon funds were used for this. None of this is sponsored. I purchased this personally. So I'm really, really liking this. Like, the detail on this is absolutely phenomenal. The hair in particular really stands out to me. Like, it's all thick. It looks like it's been permed. Outfit-wise, very reminiscent of a lot of the outfits that China used to wear. Not exactly, but because obviously China didn't have bones on her skin. But the long, almost knee-high boots. She didn't always wear elbow pads, but she did wear them on occasion. She usually wore like your bodybuilder type outfits because that initially what she was. It really works. She doesn't, from the images I remember and have looked at, she didn't really wear knee pads very often. She didn't always wear the elbow pads either, but she did wear them on occasion. So, really, really well done, this Mini. This is this is an older model, but the detail on this is absolutely phenomenal. The face is quite nice too. Now, obviously, the face doesn't look exactly like its inspiration because this is an orc. She was human. I love the killer abs. Like, it looks like you could grate cheese on these. It's absolutely phenomenal. This is just absolutely phenomenal. So there's no building to be done with this one. I am, however, going to get the sprue off and just have one last look once it's been cleaned up. And so here we go, the final model after a little bit of cleaning. Now, what I did find, there was a little bit of a mold line down here, and it doesn't really show on camera too. There is a very, very slight slippage in the mold. Like, it's not even a mil. It's kind of, it doesn't really show on camera, but you can just see it there at the bottom of that line on the boot there. It's not very major. Like, it's barely noticeable. It's certainly not an issue, and something that happens with resin casting anyway. That's kind of just a thing that happens. But yeah, this is absolutely phenomenal. I am looking forward to getting her painted up. I'm probably going to paint her up to be a very pale green, just because that's a paint scheme I've wanted to do on an orc for a while, and I don't know, I think it might help her stand out a little bit against all of the other green bruises. All of my other orcs have been done up in like a black and white NWO type look. I'm going to have to put some thought into that. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal. If you have the bruises, if you have the rolling bones, Porcelynn is well worth looking at. Well worth it. You've made it through to the end of another video. Your next mission is to hit subscribe and comment down below. If you'd like to reach out to the team, consider doing that, gettingtabled@gmail.com. Consider subscribing to our Patreon. For only $2 a month, you get early access to almost every single video that we do. Our most active social media is facebook.com/ facebook.com/gettingtabled. It's where you'll find everything first. There's also a Discord. There's an invite on screen right now. If you type that in, it'll give you instant access. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. It's not the most active, but it's something we're trying to use more all the time. Come and check out Jason the Bruce at Twitch. He does both video game and hobby content. And of course, without question, play more